In five, four, three, two, one. This is the Unlimited Energy Syndrome podcast. I'm Mantra Mishra, and today I'm joined by Vignesh. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Vignesh. Um, I don't know what else to say. I
You're
guess,
single?
yeah, that I am, and
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here today. Thank you for
thank you very
inviting me.
much. Well, Vignesh, you and I have one thing in common. We both like superheroes. True?
Yeah, one thing in common. That's all.
Okay,
Superheroes.
so let's talk about Marvel Cinematic Universe, or just Marvel in general. What do you prefer, the MCU or comics?
To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of the comics. Like I've only ever watched the movies when I was young. Iron Man was what first introduced me to Marvel, and since
Yeah.
then I've been hooked. So yeah, I've never really gotten into the comics.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, no. Who are your favorite superheroes then from the MCU?
Yeah, like when I first started watching, it was obviously Iron Man. Like that's
Yeah,
what started off everything practically. Well,
agree.
well, like Hulk, but who cares about Hulk? Anyway, um, yeah, but right now it's definitely Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, with Spider-Man, which one do you prefer? Do you like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or do you like what's his name, Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, right? Yeah, yeah, definitely Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Like,
Tom Holland.
yeah, the other movies, like the first three Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, they were actually pretty good. He made a really good Spider-Man, and that's
Yeah.
what you wanted to see, a Spider-Man. And then like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, they were good, but I really liked the Peter Parker aspect of those movies. He made a good
Ah,
Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield, but Tom Holland takes the money. He
yeah.
is both a good Spider-Man and also a very good Peter Parker. So yeah, like
Yeah.
the newer Spider-Man movies are amazing, and I can't wait for the third one.
Yeah, I'm so sad though because I think it might get pushed back a bit due to the coronavirus thing.
Yeah, it's gonna mess up the whole MCU schedule.
Yeah, because like a lot of movies were set to come out next year.
I mean, like it might not have too much an effect if they said they were gonna release Black Widow on Disney Plus, but that'll be a mistake. But yeah,
Yeah, I feel like from a financial standpoint, because they've already invested a lot of money into Black Widow, and I know for a fact that a lot of people don't have Disney Plus.
definitely yeah.
Yeah,
But it is rising. Like
yeah, it's rising. That's true, but the problem is that you can release films on Netflix because Netflix has such a wide scope. The problem with Disney Plus though is that Disney Plus doesn't have a wide scope.
yeah, but it's getting there. Like
Yeah, it's getting there.
they're putting new TV shows, new movies.
Really?
Yeah. Like I watched Onward yesterday, the one with Chris Pratt and Tom Holland.
Yeah,
You know, Disney's doing some bangers.
Disney is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney's gonna start owning a lot of companies soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like,
They're
yeah, it
up
wouldn't
there.
surprise me if Disney buys Warner Brothers soon.
That would be a dub.
Yeah.
That would be like then Netflix won't be able to compete.
No, I feel like Netflix will still have a lot of competition because there's still the variety of movies outside of the superhero genre.
I know, but Warner Brothers, like the amount of movies they have. Like for instance, Fast and the Furious, wasn't that
True.
Warner
No,
Brothers?
I'm pretty sure that's Universal.
Right, Universal. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, there's a lot of Warner Brothers movies, and yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, for me, I feel like with the MCU, they're in a really safe position right now. Because, in all honesty, they can even hold off films for 5 years. And if they release the next movie 5 years later, people will still watch it.
more people watch it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like
No.
anticipation for movies.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I enjoy how it's evolved over time because it started with Iron Man, which was pretty grounded. Iron Man 2, Captain America. Then Thor started to go a bit out into space. Then Guardians of the Galaxy started to get that aspect too. So I feel like in Phase 4 now, the way they're going to do it is that they're going to have some movies which are grounded on Earth, such as Spider-Man, the third one.
I
I
mean,
don't,
who knows? Who knows?
yeah. And I feel like I really want to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
But what do you think they'll do for that? Do you have any idea if you read the comics?
The thing is that the movies don't really follow the comic book norm that much. Like you saw in the what do you call it? Captain Marvel, the Skrulls in the comic books were like seen as these terrorists, these people who come to planets, take over, and kill everyone. But like in the movies, they're seen as these peace lovers who are just trying to survive. So
Yeah, like
I
the
feel
roles
like
will definitely flipped.
yeah, they're gonna like change up a lot, and I think that's good because the problem with adapting from the comic books is a lot of times people won't watch the adaptation because they're gonna feel like it's the same thing. So the fact that the MCU is taking the effort to flip the script a bit and change things up, I feel like that's a really strong point.
And yeah, also like they were made a while ago, so
Yeah,
wouldn't hurt to modernize some of the storylines.
I mean that's basically what we've been doing to Iron Man for the last century, pretty much. Because every
Yeah,
time it just depends on who the bad guy is at the time in society to see who kidnaps him.
yeah. Like honestly, on the topic of Iron Man, have you seen the Iron Man Armored Adventure series?
Is it the TV show on ABC 3?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable show.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. They might introduce those kind of stuffs, like with the new movie that's coming out called can't remember what it's like something in the Ten Rings, which is like
Oh,
the Mandarin.
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings
Yeah,
with
like
Simu Liu. Yeah.
yeah, that like bringing in the Mandarin, like they failed to do that in Iron Man 3 because
Actually, no, no. For me personally, I enjoyed that because like in my mind, I was just thinking, okay, what are they gonna do? They're gonna do some massive comic booky battle. Okay, didn't see that coming. It's happened in the last two movies, but then they changed it up a bit because in Iron Man 1 and 2, I always got really bored at the end because before the end, there was always something really cool. Like in Iron Man 1, before the whole Ironmonger fight, he goes to I think it was Afghanistan and he fights all those terrorists. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was cool. Or in Iron Man 2 when him and War Machine take on like those 10 or 12 hammer made suits which were going rogue. But then right after that they just had bigger armor, then they beat him somehow. So with Iron Man 3, I was kind of like, okay, this is getting kind of good. It's showing Tony Stark without the suit. It's showing how he's going to face the Mandarin. And when they change it up and show how Tony caused the issue to happen, I felt like that was actually a strong point. Because in Iron Man 1 and 2, Tony didn't start anything. His dad started everything. But in the third one, it was a direct result of what he did, his mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good plot. Like those three movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that guy in Iron Man 3, he wasn't the actual Mandarin. Like they had a comedic Mandarin, but then
Yeah.
like the brains behind the operation, forgot his name, the guy who glows
Killian?
red. Yeah,
Killian?
Killian, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, him. Like he wasn't like he was called the Mandarin, but he's not like the actual Mandarin. And that's
Yeah.
what we'll see with the Ten Rings movie.
Yeah. And I'm really excited for that movie. Because
Hmm.
the actor Simu I've seen him on Kim's Convenience. I've seen him in a lot of web series. He's a good actor. And
And yeah, that's gonna bring in a new dynamic to
yeah.
Marvel. Like the Ten Rings, like the powers they hold.
The only sad part is that if they had the 10 rings when Iron Man was still in the series, that could have been pretty good.
Yeah, I would have loved
Yeah.
RDJ to
But
be
the
there.
only thing is that I don't want him back because I feel like his send off was perfect. Because they're
Like
going to
yeah,
have to
the
send him
ending.
off eventually.
Yeah, he's been asking for too much money.
Yeah.
Like 70 mil for like each movie. That's insane.
Each movie which he's in, even as a cameo, he gets that much money.
I know.
Not
Like,
including the share from the box office he gets.
yeah, and like what Endgame, right? He was
Yeah,
like, it was like a base 70 mil, and then he got like an extra, um, 20 something mil, like
yeah,
because it did so good in the box office.
yeah. I mean, that movie was gonna do good regardless. I know so many people who had no clue about superheroes who are going into that movie just because of the
Yeah,
hype behind it.
yeah, that was a very good movie.
Yeah. I mean, one movie which I'm honestly really excited for, which hasn't officially been announced yet, but due to their contract, you know it's gonna come. Ant-Man 3.
Yes, yes, that's gonna be because they're gonna explore the dimension. What's it called?
Yeah, Quantum Realm.
Quantum realm. That's what it is. Yeah, they're gonna explore that now, and maybe yeah, that'll be really cool. And like, what else? There's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
That's gonna be amazing.
I feel like they might make an Avengers 4, but they won't name it Avengers 5, but they won't name it Avengers. They'll name it something else. But
Yeah,
like,
there's lot.
there's gonna be a new
Sorry, yeah, go
crossover
ahead.
movie soon. Cause yeah,
Yeah,
what are you gonna say?
like they need to introduce the X-Men. That'll
They
that'll be
do.
good.
They do.
Like that's probably their direction from now on,
I
going
mean,
into Phase 4, like Phase 5 and all that.
yeah. I mean, what were your thoughts on the drama last year with Sony and the MCU?
Yeah, that was done between them. They just need to work it out. Spider-Man is a great asset, and
So I don't know why Disney was trying to get more than they bargained for.
yeah, like they already have so much. They just
Yeah,
need to be more lenient. Like they need to like have a good partnership with Sony because Sony, like, they're going to produce more Spider-Man games. That's going to be amazing.
yeah.
And like, yeah, they just need to work out a good deal.
I
Like,
mean, they
yeah,
do.
there's so much potential with the characters Sony owns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that the deal got Venom into the MCU.
Yeah, Venom
And I feel
2
like,
with Carnage, that's going to be amazing.
I mean, oh, yeah, especially with Woody Harrelson playing him. Bruh, he's such a good actor. That was
I don't really know that character. Like, the
Carnage,
actor, sorry.
the actor Woody. Oh, I saw him in Zombieland. He's a really good actor, though. Like, I
Oh,
think,
is he the guy with the curly hair?
no, no, no. I'm pretty sure he's the older dude.
Oh, the older dude. Is he
Yeah,
Carnage?
yeah,
Oh, mad. Okay, wow.
yeah,
Isn't he? So he's from Hunger Games, isn't
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
he?
he's a
Right.
good actor. I like him.
Yeah, yeah, I like him too. But him, isn't he a bit too old to play Carnage?
I mean, it doesn't matter about height. Hugh Jackman was 6'3" and he played the Wolverine, who's meant to be 5'3" in the comics.
Yeah, but like Woody looks old. Like Carnage is young.
Oh no, no, in the movie, they're using like makeup and all that to make him look a bit middle aged. Because like most serial killers these days are middle aged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. One thing I'm hoping though is that in the sequel to Far From Home, Spider-Man, I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that they somehow get Daredevil into it.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
Because his show got so much disrespect when they cancelled it.
Yeah, like Daredevil is such an amazing character.
Yeah.
Like, cause Spider-Man and him like duo in the comics, don't they?
They duo a lot. The biggest movie, in my opinion, one movie which you'll get every comic book fan in the cinemas, is if they do a crossover film with Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, Charlie Cox Daredevil, and Tom Holland Spider-Man. That
They would
movie
have to
will make
definitely
so
make it
much.
PG.
You see, that's the
Like,
problem, though. What I suggest they do is, have you seen Once Upon a Deadpool?
not yet. That
Yeah,
was a PG
don't
movie, wasn't it, for
don't watch it.
Christmas?
It's basically Deadpool 2 made PG. It was a waste of money for me, but
Right.
what they could do is make a regular one and then make a PG version.
Uh, I don't know how that will turn out though.
Not from a financial standpoint, but from an enjoyable standpoint. Because you can just imagine Tom Holland full on goody two shoes Spider Man, who's all about doing the right thing, paired up with
Like
the
the
yeah,
adult version would bang. Like that would be so popular.
yeah. I mean, it would change the whole superhero dynamic because now they can make superhero movies for adults and youths at the same time,
Mm,
and it's just a bit
yeah.
more money on the editing and production cost.
Which they can afford that.
They can.
Easy.
The MC Disney is a powerhouse. They've got Star Wars, they've got the MCU, they've got other Disney shows, they've got they've got Pixar. Disney's got everything.
Have you seen Star Wars? Are you a fan?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan.
What do you think about the new movie?
Not a big fan of that.
Really? I
Yeah,
enjoyed that. I thought it was good.
because I felt like there was no need for a lot of things in that movie.
That's true, yes.
Like,
Like my cousin, I went to watch it with my cousin.
yeah,
At the end, um, Ray and Ben, right?
yeah.
Like that kiss they had.
I'm like, that's so meaningless. There was no
Yeah.
reason for that to be there.
He was like standing up in his chair. I was like, no, no, don't kiss him. Don't kiss him.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
if Tam
he
was
was
with us, she
rooting
would have stood up and
for
started clapping.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he was rooting for Ray and oh my gosh, the other guy.
Poe or
Forgot-
Finn?
Finn. That's
Finn.
right, Finn.
Yeah. And I'm
But
pretty
yeah,
sure they might make a sequel to the movie because it did so good.
really Star Wars.
Yeah, because the one plot point they didn't close is you know how Finn was falling in the crap, the sand, what's it called? Quicksand. And
Mm.
he was about to say something. A lot of people think that he's got the force now. So they'll make
Right.
a spin-off film, sort of like Solo or
I
um
don't I
yeah.
don't really see Star Wars continuing. Like I would see Mandalorian be more prominent.
I don't know why they needed to add sequels because there was no real need for sequels. They could have added more spin-offs. Like Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies just because of how different it is to each other one. Because each Star Wars movie after the prequels came out is just trying to use stuff which doesn't need to be used. Like, there's no need to say that the Sith are back. In episode 6, they already declared that the Sith is done for, the Empire's gone.
Right.
So I just felt like that was,
7, 8, 9 were like forced.
yeah, they felt a bit forced. I feel like if they just stuck to stuff like Solo or Rogue One, those
Yeah.
movies would have made a lot of money by themselves. There was no need for 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, yeah. And like you know with Solo, right, is like
Yeah.
it's probably um what's her name? Like his girlfriend.
Um, Leia?
No, 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 in Solo.
Oh, I haven't seen Solo.
You haven't I'm sorry, okay. Is it okay if I spoil something or
Yeah,
no?
sure, I don't mind.
Alright, so at the end, his girlfriend takes off and leaves him behind and she like kind of works with the Sith or something like that.
Yeah.
So like you don't that's like a big cliffhanger in that Solo movie. Like you don't know what happens with her. So like they could continue like making a Solo 2. That could be an option, but yeah.
I mean, the biggest mistake they made straight up is killing Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
They had no reason to kill every single original cast member. Because then it just makes episode 4, 5, and 6 seem so useless. Like the same thing was just gonna happen. What's this stuff from it to
Yeah.
happen again now? It's happened twice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You never know. Maybe Ray starts training some other person and he kills everyone, and then Ben Solo comes back, and they probably will do it, and I'll probably still go and watch it because it's Star Wars, but I'll still be angry at the end of it because there was
Yeah,
no need
yeah.
to do it.
Hmm.
Like
Have you seen The Mandalorian though?
I've seen clips of The Mandalorian. I
Alright,
know what
I
it's
would
about because
recommend.
I've read some of the comics about it. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I would recommend. It's a very good series to watch.
do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, I do.
Ah, so you got that instead of Netflix.
I'm thinking of getting Netflix
I wouldn't
after
recommend
my
Netflix.
subscription
There's
ends.
one thing I would recommend you. Go for Prime Video and get a, what do you call it? Free trial and see how it is.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
What's that about? What do they have?
They have a lot of TV shows. They have stuff like Two and a Half Men, The Office, Community. They have a lot of movies as well.
Right.
Yeah, and they have a lot of. I feel like Amazon Prime is neck to neck with Netflix Australia. The only problem is that Netflix Australia doesn't have a lot of American shows, but Prime does.
I mean, I would.
Yeah?
Like, I'm getting Netflix because I can't be bothered to search out movies, right? And like watch
Yeah.
myself. But like for TV shows, I'm good with like just going online because I got a pretty good website. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I mean, okay, with
amazing
Brooklyn
series.
Nine-Nine, who is your favorite character? Because everyone has a different favorite.
Nah, you tell me yours. Who's your favorite?
Terry Crews.
Is he just because he's big? He's
Yes.
like a gym head like you.
Yes. He is everything I stand to be as an adult.
Yeah, he's fit for like an old person.
He's 50 years old and he doesn't even look 50.
Yeah,
He genuinely looks like he's 30.
yeah, mid-30s,
Yeah.
definitely.
So sometimes even just early 30s, like depending on how good the lighting is in the episode.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
it's insane. That man is just a physical specimen. Lord knows how much effort he has to put into maintaining that.
You get told in the series he eats a lot of food.
I mean, he does. He has to. The man's
Yeah.
like 6'3", weighs like 300 pounds. He has to.
You might think this is an odd one,
Yeah.
like as my favorite character, because like it's not like a main character.
Hitchcock?
No.
Oh,
Doug,
Doug. Who's Doug?
the black guy with the big hair.
Let me
You know him?
search him up. Wait.
Like he's Peralta what's his name? Pontiac Bandit.
Oh, yes, yes. The one played by what's his name? Craig Robinson.
Yeah, him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh. Yeah, Doug Judy. You had to say Doug Judy.
Bro, I forgot his last name. Okay,
When he
it's been a
said
while
Doug,
since I've
I'm just
seen it.
thinking like, oh, some cop or something. Yeah, nah, he's a good character.
Yeah, he is my favorite character in the series.
Yeah,
I'm currently up to season 7,
season
watching
7.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking of doing it, but right now I'm watching Community, and that's a
Community.
pretty solid show.
What's that about?
Okay, it's about this lawyer who the system finds out that he's got a fake bachelor, so he has to go to a community college to get it back, but he can't pay his way out of it. So it shows how like because he's a good lawyer because he's good at BSing people.
Right.
Oh, he has to actually earn
Is
a degree.
is it a comedy series?
It's a
Is it?
comedy, yeah. It's got Ken
Yeah, right.
Jeong.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to try that one out.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
okay. Do you like DC?
I do to some extent. Like I prefer Marvel way over DC, but I
Really?
appreciate DC because when I was a kid, like Go and ABC3 were my life,
Yeah.
and all those DC TV shows.
Oh, I hated so many of those DC TV shows though.
Really, I enjoyed a couple of them. Like,
I liked some of the shows. Like I liked the Batman animated series. I liked Justice League Unlimited, Batman Beyond when it used to play. I used to love that show. But
mhm.
I hated Batman the Brave and Bold.
Oh yeah,
I
that was
hated
annoying.
that show.
That was very annoying.
It was the biggest insult to the character I'd ever seen.
But yeah, I really liked Justice League, the one with all the kids in it, like
Oh yeah,
Robin, um, Aqualad,
Teen
is that his
Titans.
name?
Oh, Young Justice.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Young
That
Justice, that's what
show.
it's called.
That
Yeah,
show was so good.
that show was very good, and
Yeah.
that's what kind of made me appreciate DC. But they've been slacking in the movie department. But like the newer movies, like Aquaman, that was very good.
I
But
like.
yeah,
There's only a few movies I actually like from the DCEU. I like Aquaman. I like Shazam. For what it's trying to be, I appreciate that it's not.
really,
Because the problem with Batman v Superman or Justice League is that it felt really off. With Batman v Superman, the problem was that it felt a bit too dark, and it works for a Batman movie, but not for a Superman movie.
right.
And for Justice League, that was just a mess because like you had no
they
clue what's going
they
on.
needed to split that into two parts. That end fight
They
scene was so short.
or they should have just made a few sequels.
Yes. Like they need like the mind of Marvel with that,
Yeah.
like having ending it off in like such a
I mean,
cliffhanger like Infinity War. But yeah.
the problem is that Zack Snyder had to leave halfway throughout it, which kind of threw it off because they decided to get Joss Whedon. And
Who's his character?
oh no, Zack Snyder was the director who made Batman v
Right.
Superman and Man of Steel, but they switched him with Joss Whedon because Zack Snyder had to depart due to personal reasons. And Joss Whedon made the first two Avengers movies. But the problem is that you shouldn't, in this universe he's already set, you shouldn't be adding Avengers type comedy, I guess.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because they've already said it, they've already made it this way, and you gotta just commit to it. And the Snyder Cut was actually a really good story because what he was planning to go for is in the sequel to Justice League, they were gonna go to Apocalypse and take on Darkseid. But
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if you know this plot point, but do you know what the Codex was in Man of Steel?
Codex. I've
Yeah.
heard of it, but
Okay, so
I don't.
basically on Krypton, they used it to artificially produce Kryptonians. And
Right.
what the plot was that the reason Zod needed Clark, Superman, was because his father got the Codex and he put it inside of Clark, so Clark absorbed the Codex. So he
Okay.
had the genetics of like the rest of Krypton. So the plot point was that when Darkseid finds out that he's got the Codex in him, he'll take it and make his army of Kryptonians, and he's basically gonna make like an apocalyptic universe on Earth where Lois would end up dying, and Superman would go over the wires, and the movie would end on a cliffhanger there. And
So
then
that was what the direction for Justice League was.
yeah, not
That
Justice
is
League,
a
but sequel.
okay. That's a very good
Yeah.
plot for like the future movies. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why he was setting it up in Justice League to not be super bright and stuff, and to have Batman have a more vital role. But then
So
Joss
like
Whedon took off.
have a bit
Yeah,
like more. Okay, yeah, yeah, I get it. I
yeah.
get it. Yeah, yeah.
And then what they were gonna do is that, do you know Injustice, the storyline?
Injustice.
Yeah, where the
What's that?
Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois, and then Superman goes over the edge and becomes a dictator.
No, I haven't heard of that actually.
It's a really good storyline. You should read it. Because basically, Superman is like the head of the Justice League. Pretty much everyone
Yeah.
loves him, hopeful and everything. But then the Joker gives Superman a modified version of Toxo's fear toxin, and Superman sees Lois as Doomsday. So Superman kills
Uh,
Doomsday, but then he realizes that he accidentally killed Lois, and she was pregnant with his son. And then to throw it
huh.
off even more, the Joker connected a bomb which would be activated when Lois's heartbeat stopped, and that blew up Metropolis.
That's a powerful bomb.
Yeah. So pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. So it just turns into superheroes going against each other. Some who believe that Superman's right in Superman wants to save everyone, but he does it in a dictatorship way where he controls everyone. And then Batman is the one who says that they should still have free will and that Superman's turning into too much of a dictator. So
I
it's
don't
like,
see that going anywhere other than one movie.
no, no. What they plan on doing is that, you know how they're setting up a Flashpoint movie?
Flashpoint?
Flashpoint.
Sorry, who's that?
Oh, so Flashpoint is in the comic books, Flash goes back in time to save his mother, but then
Right.
because of that, he messes everything up and the whole timeline gets messed up. Like Bruce dies instead of his father, so his father becomes Batman. Superman lands in what do you call it? Urban city instead of rural Smallville. So then the government takes over him and starts like experimenting on him. And like it's
Mad.
super dark and all that. So what they were planning on doing is that when Superman gets like loses his cool, he takes over the planet and starts like working with Darkseid.
Ah.
So then Flash would go back in time and change it up. And then that's where the final Justice League movie would take part on, where it's Batman who's been warned by Flash before he died from traveling through time because of some plot devices, and he would pretty much just take over and he would plan it out better than he planned out last time. And instead of going to Apocalypse, he would wait for Apocalypse to come to them pretty much.
That's like exactly the same as the end game's plot.
But Endgame worked.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like with DC, they had a lot of potential, but just due to bad timings, I guess it got messed up.
Right.
Yeah.
But it seems promising now. Like Aquaman was amazing. I would
Aquaman was
hands down say that it's better than some Marvel movies.
Oh no, easily, easily. I would much rather watch Aquaman over Captain Marvel.
I was gonna say that. But yeah, Captain Marvel was
Uh,
like they just needed like that to show the storyline. That's it.
yeah, that's all that movie was needed for. She didn't even accomplish anything in Endgame. She accomplished nothing.
She just helped Spider-Man take the glove away.
Yeah, it made no sense. But yeah, I feel like with Shazam and Aquaman, which did really good, I don't know how Birds of Prey did. I didn't even know that movie came out until I saw a bunch of people on YouTube talking about it.
Yeah, I have to watch that. I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I think it's on Netflix. Apparently it is.
It's on the website I use.
Yeah. Uh, but I was really looking forward to Man of Steel 2, but that I don't know if it's going to happen.
What do you think they would do for that movie?
For that movie, I feel like they're going to try to make Superman into more of a hero. Because the problem with the first movie, inside the movie, was that Superman was accidentally causing too much damage and all that. Because he was just getting used to his powers and like he had no clue how to control the situation. So I felt like Man of Steel 2 was going to focus on him learning how to control himself more.
Right. Have
Yeah.
you have you heard of that movie which is like Superman but like dark? It was like a horror film, I think, or a thriller.
Brightburn.
Brightburn, yeah, yeah. I have
Yeah, I
to
was
check that
watching that
out.
watch that movie, but it's really good because it's got a lot of jump scares and to make sure I don't like crap myself
I
with
don't mind
the
if you
movie.
spoil it or not.
Oh, okay. It's it's a good movie. It From a plot standpoint though, a lot of things don't make sense in that movie.
Right. I
But
guess
it's
it was just like the main idea of like a bad Superman.
I mean they're gonna make a sequel because they set it up. And one thing which made that movie more tolerable for me is that have you seen the old Christopher Reeves Superman movies?
Yeah, yeah.
Just play the musical score from those movies whenever Superman's doing something like he's being a killer or something, and it just makes the movie so much more enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to try that.
I mean, which Superman movie do you like more? 1978 Superman the movie or Man of Steel?
I honestly prefer Man of Steel.
Me too. I enjoy Christopher Reeves as Superman. He's really charismatic. But the one problem I had with that movie is that a lot of things didn't make sense in that movie.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen All Star Superman or read it?
No, what's that?
Oh, so it's like a Superman story where Superman gets cancer from excessive radiation from the sun,
Okay.
and it's just him finishing off his bucket list. And it sounds like a really dumb idea, but if you actually read the comic, it's actually a really good story.
What happens?
Oh, he's basically dying, and he's doing all these things on his bucket list, like making a formula for a second Superman, etc., trying to attempt at solving world peace. But what I liked about the story is that there's a lot of scenes where Superman's just helping people without having to use his superpowers. Like there's a scene
Right.
where a girl's trying to commit suicide by jumping off a building, and instead of after she jumps, he flies, catches her, saves her. Everyone's like, "Oh, Superman!" He kind of gets on the building and he talks to her and he talks her out of it.
Oh, that's
And
what
like,
was on your story.
yeah, I felt like that was because I was reading it again because I'm like, oh, I haven't read this in a while, so I just read it again, and I'm like, that was actually a really good scene.
Do you have like hard copies of comics or do you have it online?
I have hard copies of comics I love. Like I have a hard
Right.
copy of the Old Man Logan comic.
I need to watch that movie. I have not seen
Logan?
Logan yet. Yeah.
Oh, Logan is so good.
I've heard. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
haven't gotten around.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I recommend to you is that try to get your hands on the black and white print.
Black
That movie,
black and white.
yeah, because they made one in black and white for Logan.
Really?
Yeah, that movie is so good just because of how well it sets the tone really well.
Right, because it is pretty like brutal movie, right?
Yeah, it's a brutal movie, and it's a really dark movie because it's after like a lot of people have died.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, okay, you've seen a lot of the X-Men movies, right?
I've seen all of them.
You've seen all of them except
Yeah,
Logan. Okay.
except Logan, yeah.
Yeah. Do you like all of them, or are there some which you feel like could have been a lot better?
Okay. Like the first two were like pretty decent, right?
X-Men and X2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. But Days of Future Past
Yeah.
just it was a good idea, right? It was a good movie,
You didn't
but
like it?
no, I like the movie, but it ruined the timeline. And then
Oh yeah.
Apocalypse was just horrible.
It ruined the timeline so much. That's why I liked Logan, because Logan is a standalone. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not part of the timeline or anything.
And have you seen the new one, Dark Phoenix?
I hated that movie so much.
Really?
It was so bad.
I
So
thought it was okay. It wasn't good, but like it was alright. Like
I
they
was
could
really
have done way better.
they could have used Quicksilver more.
Yes, yes. I liked his character.
I loved his character so much. Like in Days of Future Past, he has that scene where he's going super fast. Then in
In the Pentagon.
Apocalypse,
Yeah, yeah.
that was one of
Oh
the
no,
best
at the
parts of
end
Apocalypse.
fight?
Huh?
The end fight, yeah.
That's fine, but I enjoyed it when the mansion's blowing up.
Oh, that scene, yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah. Or in Apocalypse, the one thing which I loved, which made absolutely no sense, is when Wolverine comes in Apocalypse. It makes no sense. It didn't need to be there, but they just added it because why not?
That was a good cameo. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, from a story viewpoint, it made no sense why he was there.
Yeah.
In the previous one, they established that Mystique got her hands on him, but yeah. I mean,
That was good though. I like that part.
yeah.
But what, it was Charles who meets him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes like, "I'll get back to you" or something, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah, like I can't wait till they have a Wolverine in like the future X-Men movies because they're gonna make more.
I don't know who they're going to hire to play Wolverine, though, because for a long time, people thought it was going to be Tom Hardy, which I felt was a genius move if you got Tom Hardy to play Wolverine. But the problem
But
is that Tom Hardy's playing Venom,
yeah,
so you can't do that now. And, like, I don't know who's a good actor to play Wolverine right now.
hmm, I can't. There's no. There's like all the actors are taken, like the perfect
Yeah.
actors for that role are taken. Like you
Yeah.
need you need like a serious but yet funny actor, right?
Yeah.
Like in the sense, like I don't know like who's gonna play Wolverine. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
challenge for the future movies. But
That
like
would be.
you know, like originally, right? Iron Man,
Yeah. It's going to be played
RDJ's,
by Tom Cruise, right?
yeah, it was gonna be played by Tom Cruise.
I'm
That would
so
have been
glad
good.
Robert Downey Jr. got it.
Yeah, that it would have been okay, but like Robert Downey Jr. is the perfect actor for that role.
Yeah. He even looks like Iron Man.
Yeah, he is like he is like that in real life.
Yeah. I mean, that's with a lot of shows too. Like in Two and a Half Men, the whole show is basically just a Charlie Sheen show. The character is based off the real life actor Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
And like, oh, that show had so much drama too.
I've only seen a couple of those, like,
Yeah.
because I've
Because
never
the
been
thing is that
really
Charlie
allowed to watch
Sheen
them.
left like 4 years before the show started. I mean, the show finished. And there was a big fallout because he had a drug problem and all that. And then he was the one thing I
Yeah,
never understood is that he was really mad that he was getting paid. He felt like he was being underpaid, even though he was the highest paid TV actor at the time, because he was getting paid just under $2 million per episode.
bruh.
Yeah.
Why would you be mad about that?
Yeah, like I understand acting is a hard game to get into, especially without connections. But the thing is that I feel like he was getting paid so much. He should have just kept it.
Under
Like
2 mil per episode.
per episode, 23 episodes a season. So he's
That's
easily
a lot.
making like $40 million a year.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still one of the richest actors right now, but he's not in many shows or films anymore. Because like
yeah.
I feel like he got too invested in himself.
Right, yeah. You have Netflix,
Yeah,
correct? Oh, 1 second. Can we take a break when that's gone?
sure.
All
We'll
right.
take a break.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yep.
தூங்கிட்டு இப்பதான் படுத்தா ஹாஃப் அன் அவர் கூட ஆகல Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how wonder what you are.
All right, sorry, my sister was like
Yeah,
crying.
good. Oh, good.
Okay, what are you talking about? Scroll.
Uh, I have no clue.
Crap. We're talking about Two and a Half Men, and then we're talking about. Is that what we're talking about? Two and a
I'm
Half
pretty
Men.
sure. Yeah, TV shows.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. I was asking if you had Netflix. All right. Right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I do.
All right. So you have Netflix, right?
Yeah, I do.
Major. Okay. Have you seen the movie Extraction?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should watch it. It's such a good movie. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
It's
Amazing.
the one with the Indian kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna watch it, but I decided to watch the Mark Wahlberg movie, Spencer Confidential.
Mm, I haven't heard about that.
You should watch it. That movie is really fun to watch.
What's it? What's it about?
So, you know Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
His character is a cop who goes to jail for, I think, 5 years because he goes to senior's house to discuss something, but he sees that he beat his wife and he realized it's a regular occurrence, so he ended up assaulting his senior. And because the senior has such a high post, he ends up going to jail for 5 years.
Right. And
And
it's how he is in jail.
after he comes out of jail, the senior gets murdered and he's suspected.
The wife?
Huh?
Does he suspect the wife?
No, no. The character
Oh
of
no,
Mark Wahlberg,
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
he's
he gets
suspected to kill.
suspected.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Right.
Oh, it's a really good movie.
Sounds interesting. I gotta check that. What's it called again?
Spencer Confidential.
Spencer Confidential. Right. Okay. I'll make sure to check that out.
And yeah, I feel like Mark Wahlberg makes like 3 or 4 movies a year. Cause
He
I
makes
always,
good movies though.
huh?
He's like really good movies though.
Yeah, he makes good quality movies on a regular basis. And I'm really surprised because this actor's like, I'd say Tom Cruise, who only makes a movie once a year and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
Then there's like Mark Wahlberg, who's making 3 movies or 4 movies a year. And it's like, how does he have the time?
Yeah. He's a very good actor.
Yeah, he's so versatile too. Could you see him in action movies? Then you even see him in family movies, like
Like Daddy's Home.
Instant Family.
Oh, Instant. I actually really like that movie.
Yeah, I
Instant
enjoyed
Family.
that movie a lot too.
Yeah. I he was like he's such a good actor. He can play so many roles and he's like very good.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I'm really confused to what he's gonna do later on though, because he keeps talking about how he wants to choose some more like roles where he has to go a lot more out of character.
Him as Wolverine.
I wouldn't mind that. The only problem is that he's a bit on the older side, even though he doesn't look old. And the if you're gonna pick a character for Wolverine, you need guaranteed longevity, someone who
Right.
can last a long time.
True.
Yeah,
Cause like all the X-Men characters are kids right now.
yeah. And I, who did you enjoy James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender as the young Professor X and Magneto?
Yes.
Yeah,
They were very good.
yeah, I enjoyed them too.
Like they're perfect for that role.
They are. I mean,
Like yeah. Out
what do you
of
think
out of
is?
everyone in that movie, those two are perfect.
I mean, the best actor is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Like he's
Okay,
the
yeah, sorry,
Wolverine.
yeah. Yeah, he is like him and Robert Downey Jr. Like all Marvel and Sony pick the best actors for their roles. Like they're perfect.
Yeah. I mean, one actor who I don't like for the role though in Marvel is probably the one for Drax, Dave Batista.
Really?
He's a good actor as Drax, but I feel like if you have Vin Diesel as Groot, you might as well have him as Drax.
Yeah, but Vin Diesel ain't that funny. You know what I
Drax
mean?
isn't meant to be funny though.
Yeah, but they make him funny in the movie.
True, but
And
like surely you can make Vin Diesel funny too.
yeah,
I'm sure he's got the capability.
but Drax's actor is like I've seen
And
him in My Spy.
yeah,
And, like
I mean,
he's
okay,
really
you've
really
got
good.
that, but imagine him with Chris Pratt in a movie.
Who Vin Diesel?
Yeah, as Drax with Chris Pratt as Star Lord.
Yeah, see, like me watching Drax's character in like the past three movies he's been in, he's
Yeah,
always been somewhat comedic. So I don't see him being Vin Diesel anymore.
fair
Like
enough.
maybe like just having read the comics of him,
Yeah,
but what after watching the movie and how they portrayed Drax, I don't see Vin Diesel playing his character anymore.
I mean, he's a controversial pick. Did you like what they did with Thor in Endgame,
Such as
making him a fat beer drinking dude?
that was such a surprise to me, but I think it was like it was there for like the
He was just
comedic
there for
value.
jokes.
Yeah, like it was very surprising, but it didn't stop him from being amazingly good.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't stop Chris Hemsworth from having a good time.
Like I would say it was worth it. Like
Ah,
having Fat Thor. Like I, it would have it's better than having normal Thor. I would say like
okay, it's
because
better than
the
having no
value that it
Thor,
brings.
but in my opinion, I feel like they kind of didn't need to do that just to make it funny.
I mean,
Like,
it's just seeing what happens in uh 2 years was it? No, it
uh,
was like six
I
years,
think it's
right?
like 3, 6, yeah, something around that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of weird for me though, because for the whole year that I was waiting for Endgame, I was just hyped because of how cool he was in Infinity War.
Right, yeah. That was that fight scene especially.
Yeah, in Infinity War when like the Avengers are just getting clapped by Thanos' army, and then out of nowhere you
Boom
see
enters the
Stormbreaker
scene.
come. Stormbreaker enters, and then Thor lands, and you have the Avengers theme playing. You have the thunder, and then you see
Oh,
Thor like you
brings
guys are so
goosebumps.
screwed. Like
Goosebumps.
the way I see that film is that Hulk thought that Thor was most likely dead because of Thanos.
Mm.
The whole Avengers team didn't even know if he was alive or not. Half of Wakanda didn't even know he existed. Then out of nowhere, while they're losing, Chris
Kills
Hemsworth
half
Thor.
the enemies on the battlefield.
He kills half of them in one go. He was so cool. He was like making his way to even being better than Captain America in my eyes.
Thor is one of like the coolest characters, I would say.
In the comics, though, like not the comics, in the first few Avengers movies, he was the most boring character. I hated him. Then in Ragnarok, I started liking him a lot.
Yeah, because like he was very funny in that movie.
Yeah, Taika Waititi, that was the best decision they made for Thor. Because with
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, they ended up getting a director who, instead of trying to make him more rigid and Shakespearean, so embracing the more fun side of Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, in, like, Avengers 1 and 2, it was like, thou art doing here, blah, 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 blah. It was like, yeah,
Thy brother shout, and then in like Avengers or like Thor Ragnarok, he's full of like get help. He's like,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then Jeff Goldblum in that movie, like he was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
They could have done more with, like, the Game Master.
yeah, they could have, but I still like that they didn't. The reason Thor Ragnarok worked a lot more than Thor the Dark World in the comedic features is that Thor the Dark World was trying to be funny while being serious, but Thor Ragnarok knew how to like shift it. They
Yeah,
knew when it should be serious and when it should be funny.
yeah. But yeah, like the parts where it was like, well, like it was, there was a lot of funny moments, but like the parts where like it was his father dying,
Yeah.
and like whenever Idris Elba was there as what's his name?
Dell.
Yeah, Heimdall. Those are like the serious moments, like keeping the storyline going. But
Yeah.
then it's just like the other moments were like funny as well, because what's it called? The end battle scene was also really funny.
Yeah. It's
Like,
pretty cool too. Like,
yeah, that guy just erupts out of um Asgard and just takes down Hela.
yeah.
That was very good.
I mean, that's why I enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, and I loved how they made him have more depth in Infinity War. Because in the first few movies, he's just full on this buff dude who's always serious and like angry. But in like Infinity War, you see how he's like trying his best not to cry in so many scenes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then in
yeah.
Endgame, they just in Endgame he was just drunk half the time.
Yeah, that would have been hard for the actor Chris Hemsworth, because he's really into gym stuff
Oh yeah,
anyway.
no, you can
So
tell just by looking at him. He lives in the gym.
so he was for like crying to himself while eating food to make himself fat.
Oh no, no, they used makeup.
Really?
Yeah, they used a bodysuit. Do you know why he wears gloves in the movie?
Why?
It's so it can hide the makeup and the what do you call it? The fat suit.
Oh, mad. Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Um.
that's why you never actually saw Chris Hemsworth fat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he didn't pull what do you call it? Christian Bale and full on turn into the character he's playing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Christian Bale is crazy.
Mm, that's
Like,
true.
have you seen half the stuff he does just for his movies?
He does his own stunts?
No, no. Have you seen his transformations for movies?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know how any actor can be that dedicated.
Yeah. He puts a lot of time and effort into his
Yeah.
acting career.
Yeah, a bit too much sometimes. But yeah, his every time his movies come out, I always go and watch it because I always see how much effort the guy's putting into his movies. He's only in a movie once every 2 years because he spends that much time into the film.
Yeah, because then yeah, he's like preparing for his film, like shaping his body however they want it to be.
Yeah. Like, have you seen The Machinist or seen Christian Bale in The Machinist?
I have not seen The Machinist,
Oh,
but him in Batman, yeah, those Batman movies were amazing.
yeah, no, I love The Dark Knight a lot.
Yeah.
Would you have rather seen Christian Bale in the DCEU, or were you happy with how Ben Affleck was in Batman v Superman?
Mm, hmm. I don't know. I think I would prefer Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck, he, I don't know. He's just not the same, right?
yeah,
Like, there's something about Christian Bale which like fits the Batman character for him.
yeah.
I like him as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
That's true.
Like, yeah,
I mean,
Ben Affleck is
like
just like a good Batman,
The
kinda.
Dark Knight was a really good movie because it really deconstructed every single character in that movie. Like you see the Joker, and I don't know a single person who hated Heath Ledger as a Joker. But then you see so many people who hated Jared Leto as a Joker.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Suicide Squad?
I haven't
Oh,
actually. I need
should
to
watch
watch
that
that.
movie. One thing I want is a spin-off where you have a Deadshot movie. because if you've seen clips from Suicide Squad, you've got Will Smith playing Deadshot, and I just felt that was the smartest move they could have done.
Yeah, he's really old now though.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, that he doesn't look super old.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't, but like he's 51 years old. I don't see him
Yeah.
playing as a superhero.
I mean, in that case, how would you feel? Because there is one more Mission Impossible movie coming out, and there's a really likely chance Tom Cruise is going to be in his 60s. Do you think that's going to be the last?
That is going to be the last Mission Impossible movie. It's sad, but it is. It's going to be the last
I feel
Mission
like it's a
Impossible.
good thing for Tom Cruise, because that man has beaten his body so much for these movies.
Yo, as a 57-year-old, he looks like he's 30.
I'd say 40, but at 57, if you're looking 40, that's a big accomplishment.
Like, just looking at all the movies he's done, he's made, like, I loved every single movie he's been in.
Yeah. I mean, I hear he's a sketchy dude outside of movies, though.
Or Scientology.
Scientology. Okay, wait. Can you explain to me how Scientology works? Because in Christian development, I always get sent out at the start of the lesson, so I actually never found out what Scientology was like.
Gosh. Well, it's just, it's just they believe in like aliens and stuff. It's like dumb. It's like what's it called? They believe. I don't even know how to explain. It's been so long. They have like a billion year contract. Sorry, and it's like your life bound to Scientology is like so sketchy and shady. It's like this big organization, and if you like once you join, you can't get out.
Can you run?
You can, but they find you.
How do they find you?
I know that's the scary part of it. Is like
What?
it's not even like a religion. It's just like a
A
cult,
cult.
pretty
Oh,
much.
wait, so like I remember Kappa told me that like in the city there's a lot of Scientology members who try to get you to sign up.
Yeah, and like, uh, what's it? They
Apparently
believe.
the base of operations or like the place you stay is like mm, hours away from the cities.
Yeah, there's like three churches of Scientology in Sydney.
Why would anyone sign up for those?
I don't know. It's like so sketchy. And then like if like back in class when we were doing it, it was like watching a documentary where there's like a place where they keep them as like kind of like slavish
Yeah.
people and make them work or whatever. It's just so weird. It's dumb. I don't understand why he's still part of that.
I don't know why people are allowed to run that.
I mean, they can't prove anything, can they? They
No, but
can't.
surely people would have had abuse charges by now.
Yeah, but they're so big now that they can. They probably have inside men.
Oh God.
I know.
How would anyone sign up for that in the first place?
I know. That's why it's like the billion-year contract. You're bound for life.
Yeah, I mean that just by itself it sounds sketchy, and I'm pretty sure they can't like force you to join them. But the fact that so many people do,
I know, right? Like, yeah, they're just a weird bunch.
yeah,
But yeah, like Tom Cruise is such a good actor.
yeah.
But yeah, in real life, not too sure about him. But yeah, like I can't wait for the Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible is one of my favorite series. Like I love those movies so much.
What do you like more, Mission Impossible or John Wick?
Hmm, that's tough. That's
Yeah,
tough. But I would say John Wick is really badass. But Mission Impossible, I really like all the I like the storyline. I like the stunts. I like the gadgets and all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I prefer Mission Impossible more than John Wick.
Yeah, for me, I enjoy John Wick more because, like, the whole underground society thing, I love it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yes.
Like, I don't think I've seen a single John Wick film which I was bored in out of the three that are out. But, like, with Mission Impossible, I was kind of bored in the second one.
Oh, what was the second one about? I forgot.
The second one, I forgot.
Was that like where he's at like the horse racing track?
I think so.
Or was that the third one? I think that was the
That's the one
third.
with the motorcycles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The third one, I would agree. The third one, I think that's the third one. That was, yeah, that wasn't the best.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I like
yeah.
the one which at the end he's in like Hong Kong and
Is that when he was finding his wife?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
I feel like the one once you hit Ghost Protocol and then Rogue Nation and Fallout, I feel like that's like the three best movies in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, like Ghost, that was amazing. Rogue
Ghost
Nation.
Protocol literally saved that franchise because that movie series was about to die. Ghost
Yeah.
Protocol single-handedly just brought it back to life.
And like the stunts were crazy in that.
My favorite Mission Impossible movie is probably Rogue Nation.
I would agree with that. I would
Yeah,
agree. I really
Rogue.
like that. Because that's the one where they get into a bank, don't they?
I think so. Yeah,
Like he like has to hold his breath or something.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one was very good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that one. But yeah, I can't believe, yeah, if there's too much, like there's too much of a time gap between all those movies.
yeah.
He could have made so many Mission Impossible movies, but
The
yeah,
problem is though that the first three was pretty mediocre, so nobody actually wanted to make any Mission Impossible movies. I think it was only after the fourth one that they really started picking up the pace. Because there's only like a 3 or 4 year difference between each one after
yeah,
that, as opposed to the original, which is like one comes every 6 or 7 years.
that's very true.
And like the first Mission Impossible, I don't want to sound like a loudmouth, but I found that kind of boring.
I actually really like the first Mission Impossible. That like it's better than two or three.
Yeah, it's better than two and three. That's true. I feel like the first one, the only problem was that it was kind of too much into the spy stuff instead of like just throwing all that. Like Mission Impossible 6, I feel like it was the most action-packed Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, yeah, that was the last one. That
Yeah.
was yeah,
And like you had Superman as the villain. That was pretty fun.
yeah, that was very fun.
Have you
And then they
seen?
brought back the guy from Protocol, was it?
Yeah, Protocol. Have you
Mm.
seen what's it called? The Man from Uncle?
Sir?
The Man from Uncle. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't. What's it about? Who's in it?
It's got Henry Cavill. It's a spy movie set in the 60s, I think.
Oh, I've heard of it actually. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
really good movie.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta check that out.
You have to, because I was watching that movie and I was losing myself. I was enjoying it too much. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Anyways, I think time is up now.
It's been an hour
So,
and 10 minutes. Wow.
yeah. Hope you enjoyed.
I definitely did. Today
Yep.
just made me realize how many more movies I need to see.
Yeah. I mean, I reckon I should get you and Cap on at the same time soon. Just because you two have a pretty similar vibe of the things we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, have a good day, Vignesh. I'll talk to you
Oh,
later.
I have one more question.
Yeah, one more.
Why the name?
Why the name? The reason I chose the name is because when you think of Mantra, you think, oh, he's got so much energy,
Okay, yeah.
and that's why.
All right.
Yeah. Nice. Good day.
Thank you for the time on the podcast.
Yeah.